Hey guys, I'm going to teach you a really cool, one simple little Hendrix trick that I learned years ago when I was learning Hendrix songs. I was like, how does he get that cool sound? This is a really cool lesson based on actual songs that you'll play in the Hendrix catalog. I'm just going to pluck out this little cool thing he does based off of the A shape. Let's zoom in. I'm going to break it down for you and show you how you guys can use it in all your other genres of music and songs and songwriting. It's really fun. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to go and demonstrate a little bit more now up close. I'm going to basically play a C major chord with an A shape. Okay, so if you don't know how to play A shapes, you need to go back, get your A shapes down. You can do it like this or like this. I'm a weirdo. I like that double bar method. Here's what he does. What? Exactly. So what I'm doing there is I'm taking advantage of kind of these basic shapes, and let's just get into it. So if you've ever learned caged, and I'm not going to get into the caged thing real deep, but you can play a C major a few different ways. You can play a C here as in an open C. The next one up would be the A, C A of caged, right? Again, not that lesson, but check this out. That shape is based off of a G shape. Maybe just try that for a second, so that way it helps you guys kind of conceptualize what the heck I'm doing, right? So everyone hates this, by the way, but it's basically a G major shape, but a C major chord. Hear me out. I know it's a lot if you've never heard this before, but here's what it is. It's basically third finger on the 8th fret E. My middle finger is right here on the 7th fret A. I'm barring. I'm just going to go ahead and bar that whole 5th fret, and that stretch alone is a lot for us mere mortals. And then if you want to really get the whole thing in, pinky finger on the 8th fret E. Now, you don't have to do that. If you're really struggling with it, you don't actually have to do it. But it really helps to lay a foundation for my students whenever I have them do this. And I always say, hey, you'll never have to do this shape again beyond this little demo or this example. So check out why I'm making you do it. If you take off your pinky, take off your third finger, your ring finger, what you're left with is kind of this little guy here, which sounds weird. That's actually an A minor 7. We're not doing that. We're actually now going to take this. We're going to put our third finger here on the A string 7th fret. I'm going to take my first finger. I'm going to bring it here to where I'm muting that E string now. Now it's no longer this A minor 7. Now it's a little something different. I'm playing just these 3 strings, A, D, and G. Now the notes here are not A, D, and G. The notes are actually E, G, and C. And if you're a nerd like me, you know that those 3 notes in any order, anywhere on any instrument is a C major. What? C, E's, and G's. That's all these are. Now, it's a little out of order, right? That's an E on the bass, and that's kind of part of the magic. So that right there is the shape, and that's a major chord right there. It's just another way of playing a triad, really. Okay? And so I want you to play a C major on the 3rd fret position here with an A shape, and I want you to go ahead and go up. And I want you to play the G shape, or that next position up, like this. 7, 5, 5 on the A, D, and G string. Okay? C major, C major, C major, and just go back and forth, because that's going to be a lot, And if you get the extra strings or you're playing stuff, it's okay. Fix it, take your time. And now once you're getting comfortable with that, you can start to put that into your music. Let's say the chord progression was like a C to a G, and you're originally learning it this way. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's a little dry. Let's go ahead and do it with some bar chord shapes. A, an A shape to an E shape, right? C major to the G major. Right? Now it's starting to go somewhere. Isn't that cool? So what I'm doing is I like to take that third finger, boom, bring them over to the 5th fret in this case, and slide in. And yeah, you're seeing me do something else here now. I get to that shape, and then the next phase is to get good at kind of just doing this little hammer-on. And Hendrix liked to do all kinds of little double stop hammer-on things. It really made him sound like a beefier lead player, or maybe a more intricate rhythm player. It was like kind of all a big weird wash, and that's part of his magic, right? He blended these styles of lead and rhythm. And so what I'm doing is I'm now kind of hammering on, maybe plucking a couple strings. And I'll hammer on this one as well. Always kind of playing 2 strings at a time. It doesn't really matter what 2. Typically the one hammering on will be the lowest one I'm plucking. So in this case I'm plucking A and D strings. In this case over here I'm plucking the D and G. You can do a pull off, trill, hammer on, and any variation of that. So that's the basic layout. Okay, isn't that cool? So here it is one more time demonstrating that. We've kind of gone through a little bit of it. Just mixing it up and getting weird with it, but as long as I'm kind of staying in that, it's going to sound great. One of the hardest parts, by the way, that you're probably struggling with is your muting. You got to be muting the E, and I'm trying to mute the B and that high E a little bit, right? That's kind of tricky, and that's something you may want to start kind of really dialing in. Just getting those 3 notes. That's a very odd thing on the guitar, so that might be a good starter block as well. Apologize if I've kind of went too fast and overlooked that, but that'll help. A huge bonus tip right here. Isn't that great? And by the way, you saw me, I just hammer on that as well. All that's good. That's your kind of chord shape you want to come back to. Or you can come back there, it has a little bit more stability because that C is in the bass. Or if you want, you can throw that pinky here on the 8th fret and get a nice, or here. As you can see, I never really do that myself. That's a weird thing to do. But it does kind of bring it home. Or that's the way I'll kind of do it. Just go back to the A. So you can do this with any shape. I'm going to demonstrate how you would do it maybe if you're playing off of an E. Right? So it's the same thing. I've got an A shape E major chord up here on the 7th fret. Well, here's my G shape. Okay, 12, 11, 10, 9, 9, 9, and 12. And as you can see, there's my shape here. Same kind of pattern. Isn't that great? So it doesn't really matter where you do it. Grab an A shape, work that thing up, and start having some fun. And start playing some Hendrix songs. You'll see this come up again and again. You might have to reiterate the concept and bring it into your own playing as well. That's really the best way to get it in kind of that full control. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Please like, subscribe, and I want you to go ahead and put some comments down below if you have any questions. I'm also still taking students. I'm going to be doing some group lessons, I think, here pretty soon. And of course, I've got a Patreon page. Please contribute and become a Patreon member on that, and that'll give you free access to, or extra access, VIP access, if you will, to custom tabs of me kind of fixing the internet, if you will, which is something I've been doing for a long time, and so that's just the best of what I got in my Patreon. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.